Hey everyone, I'm happy to see you here for my Thursday video. And I have a feeling this video, it's a talk video, obviously. It's going to be a long video. I have my tea here, so if you want to hear the whole story, you might as well get a cup of tea yourself. Now I hope I don't look too tired. I think the last week has been a little crazy. The kids wake up like 8 times every night. So Victor at least 4 times, Vera at least 4 times, and my husband and I, we just don't get any rest basically. And I don't know why. For Vera, I think it may be because she is in one of those Wonder Week periods. But for Victor, I'm really not sure. Maybe he isn't feeling well, although he seems to be fine. But you know, we just have to deal with it. That's life when you have little children. Now you're probably really curious and wondering about the title of this video. What is going on? Are you going to change your face? That is so unlike you, Lucinda. And yes, it's very unlike me to change my body in a very drastic way. I mean, piercing my ears, I could do that, but I never had to make the choice because my parents pierced my ears when I was really young. Well, they didn't do it themselves, of course, but they had my ears pierced. But I think I would do that if piercing my ears wasn't already done. But other than that, I'm really not a person who likes to change their body in such a big way. Now what I'm about to tell you has medical reasons, but the end results will be the same. My face will change, and that's pretty scary. Of course this is news to you, but I've been thinking about this for quite a long time now, and I'm getting a little bit used to the idea. Now the surgery won't result in a completely different face. It applies to my jaw, my lower jaw bone, but still, you know, it will be very different, at least this area. Now the first thing you will notice is that I will have braces. That will happen within a few months. I think at the earliest 6 weeks from now, at the latest 10 weeks from now. And I thought I might as well film a video about it, because you're probably wondering then, what are you doing with those braces? What's going on? So I'm going to tell you the whole story today. And I think it's easiest if I just start all the way back in the past and work my way up to the present. Now when I was a child, a lot of my friends had braces, and I didn't have any braces. My dentist never mentioned that it was necessary, and my parents, they thought, well, your teeth are not perfect, but they're fine, so you don't need braces. And I felt lucky back then, because I heard the stories about the braces from my friends, and it really didn't sound like very much fun. And of course it is painful sometimes. So I was happy I didn't need them. Now then, lots of years later, I went to live on my own, and I stayed with the same dentist. But I think after like 5 years or something, I got a dentist here where I live now. And he mentioned right from the beginning that I would really benefit from having braces. And he would mention it every time I went in for a checkup, so that would be twice a year. And after a while I thought, well, alright, I will go to the orthodontist and discuss the options with him and see what are possibilities, how long will it take with the braces to get everything in the right place. So I went to the orthodontist, and now I'm quickly going to look up if orthodontist is the right word. Because in Dutch it is orthodontist, so it's quite similar in English, I think, but just a minute. Even tekst op. Orthodontist. Orthodontist, yes. Okay. So the orthodontist did all the research. You know, you have to bite in a piece of clay, and then they study how your teeth look. And she also made pictures. Well, the whole research thing. Then a few weeks later I came back to the orthodontist office to talk about it with her, and she said there were several options. One option was to move everything backwards, which would result in a strange looking face, because that would mean that my lips would get even smaller and my yeah, it would just get, I don't know how to explain it. And I thought right away that's not an option because the end result would just look really weird. Now the other option was to move everything forward, but that would require jaw surgery. Now that is major surgery. You have to stay in the hospital for a few days, and then you cannot really chew for weeks basically. You have to have liquid food for weeks. And apart from that, I didn't know what I was going to look like after the surgery. I mean, she didn't have like any software to show me. I just didn't want to go through with that, and at the time I didn't have really very much issues with my teeth. And the dentist said that they would come in the future, probably more issues, but at that time I didn't have them. And I really didn't want all the years of braces and the surgery and the insecurities of, or uncertainty of what I was going to look like after the surgery. So no braces. I kept going to the dentist, of course, every twice a year. He kept mentioning the braces. I got another dentist, not because of that reason. It wasn't like he was annoying me, but he didn't work on the days that I have a babysitter. Basically, that was the reason. So I have a new dentist, and immediately she starts talking about braces as well, that I would be very eligible for braces, that I would really benefit from them. And you know, this is a few years later, and by this time I do have issues with my teeth. I have a wisdom teeth that is now removed that pushed everything forward, so my upper and lower teeth, it just doesn't fit, and it feels really weird when I chew things. It's getting harder to clean. A piece of my tooth broke, and there is quite a bit of pressure on my jaw joints. And she explains how everything would just get worse over the years. And by this time my brother also started braces, and he has had jaw surgery now. So I talked to him about it. I heard a lot about his experience, and together with, of course, what the dentist said, that all the issues would get worse, I thought, okay, well, I will go to another orthodontist and have him again research everything. So that's what's happened. And unfortunately he came up with the same options. So everything had to go backwards, which would result in a very strange looking face, or it had to go forward, and then I would need the jaw surgery as well. I'm quickly going to check on Vera. She is sleeping. She is doing well, and she is still asleep. Now, I took some time to think about the options, although if I wanted to go through with with the braces, I knew I would choose the option with the jaw surgery. But it was just really scary. I thought it was really scary, so I took some time to think about it, but I decided to go through with that plan. Because yeah, it's just, I don't want all the issues that I have now becoming worse in the future. That just is not a good idea. I might as well get everything fixed now and enjoy the end result years to come, because I'm sure it will be worth it in the end. Now, after I made the decision, I let my orthodontist know, and then we made an appointment with a jaw surgeon, and I'm sure there's a official term for that, but I don't know what it is. But we met with the surgeon, the orthodontist, the surgeon, myself, and they looked at my jaws and teeth together, because I think the orthodontist knows his stuff pretty well, but of course it's good to have the surgeon there to, you know, I guess to double check that I'm eligible for the surgery. And I could ask some questions, and it was really a huge relief to talk to him, because I talked to him, that was my major concern, like what will I look like after the surgery. Maybe that sounds a little vain, but your face is just such a big part of your identity, and it's scary to think that it will change and you don't know what it's going to look like. But he explained everything, and I think it will turn out fine. funny story. The first dentist that I have had here in this area, when he mentioned the braces, he immediately also said, and then they can adjust your chin bone as well, because he thought my chin was very pointy, very, you know, forward. And I just found it so funny that he said it. I think I've told the story to most of my friends. You can of course think that's a very rude thing to say, but I just thought it was hysterical. And I do have a very pointy chin. So after what the dentist said, even though I found it very funny, I did worry about it. It's like, will I have a chin that will be up here after they placed the jaw forward? But the surgeon explained that that would not be the case, because it also goes a little bit more down. And my teeth will go forward, so they will like fill the space here, like they will push my lips a little bit outwards. So that should correct it a little bit, I don't know. Anyway, he thought that everything would turn out fine, and we'll have to see how things will develop the upcoming year when I have the braces. But even an hour before the operation, we can still discuss it and decide to adjust my chin bone after all. But I don't think it will be necessary if what he said is true. So that was really reassuring, and apart from that, he just seemed very experienced, and he was also very friendly, and it was just a very good meeting. And also something that I was worrying about was the weeks after the surgery. My brother had to have liquid foods for 6 weeks. So that was pretty tough, of course. So this surgeon said that some surgeons make you have liquid food for 6 weeks, and they have your teeth tightly together with elastics, so you can't really move them. But he doesn't do it like that, so you can basically chew right after the surgery. And you have to be really careful, of course, in the beginning, but you can chew very carefully right from the start. So that was a huge relief as well, because I really was not looking forward to having liquid foods for like 6 weeks or longer. So everything combined, also the fact that the surgery with my brother was very successful, and this meeting, I feel quite a bit better about it. I'm still not looking forward to it. It's still major surgery. It has very big impact also on on families. I mean, the surgeon said that children are always very scared when they see their mother after the surgery, because your face is swollen and blue, and yeah, it doesn't look very pretty. Vera is waking up now, so I'm quickly going to get her. Here she is. Hey Vera. Hey Vera. Heb je lekker geslapen? So yeah, my brother had the surgery. Apparently the problem with the lower jaw runs in the family. But the orthodontist explained that it is like a little genetic defect that's very common in these parts of the world anyway. And it's innocent really on its own. But you know, he can get problems with it like I have and like my brother. Now, like I said, I will get braces in like 6 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. And I think the orthodontist said braces on the upper teeth first for a few months. And after that's also on my lower teeth. And then after like a year or a year and a half, the jaw surgery. And then more braces for a year at least, but we'll see how fast everything will adjust. Now, I think I told you everything about this topic now. The video is very long. I usually don't do these kind of very long talk videos, but I like to watch them myself. I watch a lot of Jennifer Ross's videos. Her channel's named Pretty Neat Living. And that girl can talk. It's just amazing. When she makes a video that's like 40 minutes, you want it to be 90 minutes. And when you read the comments, all of the audience thinks that way about her. It's just very nice to listen to her talk, and not on any specific topic. I guess she's just really good company. And by no means, I'm not meaning to say that I can talk like her, but it was fun to film a longer talk video for a change. Now next week I will have a talk video on Thursday as well, and that will be my reaction to your assumptions about me. And you may have seen I posted on Instagram and on the YouTube community page that I was going to film the video. You can still leave me your assumptions. It doesn't have to be on Instagram, you can just leave them here in the comments. Because I haven't filmed that video yet, and it will also be a giveaway video, so stay tuned for that. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, that really helps. And if you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I post videos on Monday and Thursday. Now this is it for today, and I will see you next week with a cleaning video on Monday and my reaction to your assumptions on Thursday. Bye!